Hi everyone, welcome back. This week, after a frustrating few races to start the year off, the car's going to the doctor. Thank you guys so much for watching, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so because it helps me a lot on the business end, particularly with reach, with viewership, and with ad revenue. That really helps me out a ton. Another way you can help me out is by going to GleasonBrosRacing.com, get your channel merch, and get your race team merch over there. I forgot about that. We have hats, we have koozies, we have all sorts of stuff that you can enjoy, and it's all affordably priced. Like I said at the top, the race car is going up north to my chassis builder, MLZ Fab, and it's going to go get a once-over. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we can find something wrong with this car, considering how badly it's been running the last few races. Now, I say that considering the finishes that we have. However, I know better. I can feel it. Something's wrong. It is broken somewhere. Especially when you're tight, no matter what you do, and it's always in the same spot in the corner. We were always tight on exit, constantly, these last three races. Incurably tight. So, I'm going to give it to Zach. He's going to once over the thing for me. Then I'm going to get it back. And I'm going to take a once over for myself as well. And we should start the week off by doing that. But for right now, I'm taking it up to his shop. I'm going to drop the trailer off for him to do. And then I'm pretty much going to leave it up to him for a few days. And of course, it is now 85 degrees today. It won't be for the rest of the week, just today. And my almost 30-year-old truck has no working air conditioning because it leaks out over the winter and I have to recharge it every single spring and summer. So I am literally roasting with the windows up so that you can hear me. I'm going to shut this thing off so that I can roll the windows down and enjoy a half-hour ride up the highway. She's back. And you know what? I'm already moving suspension parts around and like bouncing the car. It already feels better. Let me show you what Zach found over at MLZ Fabrication. Well, that brand new rear that I built, well, it's in the car now because apparently all the measurements he took off the chassis to square the thing in the car, it was not doing so. So I need a housing for a GM 7.5-inch 10 bolt that came out of a metric G chassis car. Also, this ball joint that I put in the vise for you because it moves, but it just really kind of hard. So I don't think we're going to deal with that thing anymore. Now it's back. Well, at least we forgot about it already. We also have a little mini heat wave going on. And my fat body is not ready for it. It is going to be 93 degrees today and tomorrow, and then it's supposed to chill out back to springtime weather for the rest of the week. So that's why I got this going. I splurged and bought an air conditioner. I actually bought this one for my bedroom, and it was way too big. And it said it could handle up to like 350 square feet. And my bedroom is not 350 square feet, so I bought a smaller one that I can actually get around in my house. And I put the big one out here. This is about 350 square feet if you kind of measure it. Oh, good, there's a bee in here. Wonderful. Now I got to deal with that. I already dealt with one of you in my house, and he ended up in half. Hang on, I got to go grab some brake clean or something because he's pissed. Well, the bee situation's been taken care of, but that, I guess it just can't. There's no way that thing can really keep up with how hot this garage actually is. I mean, I got my gun out here. Let's see, straight ahead, where the sun is not shining, it says 92 degrees. The reason it can't keep up is because of this. 120 degrees in the roof. You put your arm up, it feels like an oven. And it's always felt that way. Maybe someday even if I just spray foam the roof, I think I'd be better off, but I don't know. Because the sun and the rolled roofing, and you guys have been around long enough to know that it's going to make a difference. But I got the car on at least my setup pads. I got scales put out. I haven't hooked them up yet. Now, what Zach, the guy who built this chassis from MLZ Fabrication, whose name is going to be going right here down the side of my car since he hooked me up with helping me out, he said, get data on your own pads in your own shop. I'll give you a sheet of what I found, and I want you to at least see, without touching it, what your tools say. And I'm like, 10-4, bud. So we're going to put this thing on scales. I'm going to pop the hub covers off. I'm going to use 2 different caster camber gauges because I have 2 of them. I have a bubble one and I have a digital one. And I'm going to get some data and collect everything I can and try to figure out what this thing is telling me. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. I can't thank him enough. And if you guys need mobile welding or even want to build a new race car or need one that needs to be fixed for that matter, find him on Facebook, MLZ Fabrication. He's up in Connecticut here. Builds just solid stuff. I don't think he's built a car that hasn't won. Every car he builds wins. And that's just a damn good record. And I can't recommend him enough, honestly. So maybe I'll put a link in the description or something if I do remember to do that. If not, at least I told you where to find him. But I can literally lean on the car like this, and I already feel a difference. I already feel a difference. Like, I'm very observant. I can look at stuff and feel things not even being in the car and just tell that something's different. So, boy, I'm really hopeful. Really hopeful that that brand new rear is straight. Hopeful that everything goes well. I just hope the car feels good again. But I got to get this thing cleaned off. Got to get the tire pressure set. Got to get the scales out. Let's go. Well, scaling was going pretty good. Numbers were all kind of pretty darn close to what Zach had over at MLZ Fab. My issue was my brake pedal felt a little spongy. And I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure I know what that is. And I found the caliper bracket on this side is not true to the brake rotor itself. The tabs at the end here where the caliper mounts, right here and there on the other side, I can't reach with my finger because I can't go backwards. They're not square to the rotor, which would be over here where my thumb is, right? So what was happening was I was getting a spongy pedal. Oh, that was loud. Because the caliper is kind of cockeyed, right? I could see daylight between the pad face and the rotor, but it was offset. So I just went outside and grabbed the one off the old rear end, and I'm in the process of throwing it on right now, and hopefully that should alleviate whatever issues we have. I'm going to go check that one too. That one doesn't look like it's got a problem, so I might just be changing this one, which sure would be nice, considering that's how hot it is in here still. I give the poor air conditioner a lot of credit because it is cold air, but golly, it just can't hang with how hot it is in here. After about 3 hours of looking, I found my remote, so that's cool. I can now shut my TV off at will. That's pretty great. I only had to clean my entire shop to do it, but that's cool. So we're doing data, right? And the brake calipers were having an issue. We got that fixed. We put the old brackets on from the old rear end that's outside. Now the pedal is back to being complete mint. So now we have to keep going, and I'm so confused because my brain is heat soaked. It's like 6 p.m. I've been out in 90-degree weather, almost 100-degree shop all day. I'm absolutely torched. If you have a race car, you need setup tools. I have this digital level camber caster gauge, which cost me a pretty penny. And I have this one, which honestly is really not that bad either. It's got up to positive 12 degrees of caster and negative and positive 9 on camber. This will usually work just fine. It's just that it is a bubble level. So if you get it like, let's just say it's right there. Is that 4.5 or 4.25? You know what I mean? Where exactly is that bubble? So that's why I went to the digital one, but I don't know, but we might not be reading this properly. Even though it kind of feels like we are. I don't know. I'm not one for directions, even though I kept them. So, I don't know. We'll master it, but I'm going to measure caster camber up front because Zach did it and he got a number and he told me what it was. And I'm going to go and check it with both of these. The only problem is Longacre, and I'm going to call them out on this, they make really nice stuff. However, just the damn magnet to go on said unit is $80. This is $160 total. $80 is half the freaking price. I'm not paying $80 for that. So what I'll do is I'll just take it off of this one and put it on this one and have to keep swapping it back and forth like a moron. But we're going to figure something out, and we're going to do it right now. Okay, I'm done with that damn thing. And this damn thing. I'm exhausted, guys. I'm so spent from having to shove this thing back and forth and figure out if my tools are good or not. I've had enough. But I did get a lot of interesting data. Now, I checked out the sheet that he gave me, but I checked out these two, and, you know, wasn't a hell of a lot of difference. I mean, we're talking against each other, like decimal points. But against what Zach found, a lot. Which is kind of weird. I don't know why it's so far off of what he found. Maybe those are the numbers he wants me to run. I'll have to text him, but yeah, I'm certain we're going to be making some adjustments. So there's that, but at least we're in a point where the maintenance on the car is really kind of easy. The body doesn't even need to be banged out. I already did it. The wheel bearings got done last race. Doesn't need an oil change. Doesn't need any real tuning. It's pretty good. It's just, the rear end is brand new. So it's like grease the U-joints and send it, I guess. I don't know, but we're going to come back tomorrow, at least try to iron these numbers out and figure out where to go from there. But for now, I'm freaking done with today. I'm gonna go take a cold shower for about 2 hours, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, another sweaty day today. It's disgustingly hot out for no good reason, because it's gonna be under 70 degrees for the rest of the week and very under 60 for a low. But you know, for those 2 days, we get 95 degrees and then it's out of here. That's totally New England type weather. Anyway, enough of the weather report, because none of you care. So we're back to at least trying to get the front geometry where we need it. Now, I'm questioning my tools, and we put them back to back against each other, and I learned a few methods last night where, you know, actually, I think the new way I'm doing it is better, and especially after consulting the manual, and we seem to be in a better place. and the numbers we're getting are kind of weird. I do have one more experiment to run because these not laser, but what the hell are these things called? Digital? Yeah, I can read. Digital caster camber, angle finder, whatever. You can use them for angle finders. They're basically digital levels because you can take them and pull them out of the thing as well. And when you want to do caster camber tow, you just kind of stick it back in there and it's held in magnetically, which is kind of neat. So for demonstration purposes on how these gauges actually work and the differences between them, I'll use my trusty old bubble gauge because this is kind of industry standard. This measures the same way as you would maybe an old garage back in the day. Now what you do is you stick your car on these plates, and you can see that there's a little gauge on it right here, right? And you can see it says 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way to 30 degrees on both sides. Now these are really old, by the way, but they work like a charm. So what you would do to get your caster is you would stick this on the hub with the magnet, turn your wheel out from center 20 degrees. You would then level your gauge, and all these bubble gauges are pretty much the same. You're going to have to level the caster no matter what. So you get it pretty dang close. I'd say right about there, right? Okay. But then you'd have to level the actual gauge itself. You'd probably want to do that first and then do this, but whatever. I do things out of order sometimes, and then I have to redo it. But as long as both of these are level, you can start. Then you go back to center and then back in 20 degrees, and you take your measurement after you level the gauge again. You get your measurement. Oh, we actually got a number. That one says like 4.5, 4 1/4. I can't tell. The reason I can't tell is why I bought one of these, because these go to tenths of degrees. I can actually get a specific number to write in the book. That's why I bought one. But where the standard bubble gauge, you turn 20 out, back to center, 20 in, and take your reading, the digital ones go 15 degrees. So when you're using a digital gauge, make sure you check your instructions thoroughly, like I had to. But that's how I've been measuring it, is off the instructions, and I'm actually getting a really close number to the bubble gauge that does standard 20 degrees. It's actually pretty interesting. Whereas, like, let's see, what did this say? Like 3.5? What's that say? Like, you can't really tell what that is, right? 3 1/4, 3.5. Well, that would tell me down to 0.1% or whatever it is. So I'm going to get that back going. We're going to go back up front. I have to make some adjustments. We have some clearance issues on the left front with camber and caster, and I'm going to have to try to, I don't know if I can move the motor over at all, but it's in the way. The right front, I think that has plenty of adjustment, so we're going to have to at least center this thing up a little better. I don't know if something slipped or not, but we got to get to work on the front end. It's so necessary to get this thing right. We have to get it right. All right, now I'm kind of getting mad because I keep putting shims to increase caster in it, which you'd have to put it in the back one to swing the kingpin angle backwards in order to increase caster. And I keep checking it on the gauge, and it keeps saying it's going down. Why? Why is it going down if I'm moving? So what I'm going to do instead is, I think I'm going to put that one away, grab the bubble one, and see if I'm even close to what that says, because I don't know. I don't know. Plus, for some odd reason, the pad, I don't know why, but whenever I try to turn it out, I keep hitting the back of the pad here. So it's like I probably have to reset it and move the pad forward a hair, and this sucks. So at least we've reached this point where it's just wiping the car down and making sure everything's cleaned up, because good grief did I get grease and grime and bodily fluids all over this car, and you can see it. It's bad. So I'm just kind of wiping her down just because it's the only bath I can give her, but we're pretty much ready. I went and greased everything as much as I could, all the suspension components that would take it, all the steering components, just to be safe. Because, I mean, we had that brand new ball joint on the left front, and I'm pretty sure I greased it because I greased everything, and that thing was as hard as a rock. I mean, unbelievably tight. I grabbed the spare one out of the trailer, which is just a Moog problem solver, just a stock ball joint. So much easier to move. So at least now we know that that's okay. But I'm just wiping her down. Tomorrow, all we really have to do is put it on scales one last time, set tire pressure, check it on the scales, then fill it up with gas, check it on the scales again, see what it says. Maybe set the bar, see what we want to do with that. And basically load it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, tomorrow should be an easier day. It's not going to be 95 degrees again. It's going to be a lot more reasonable. It's going to be like 70, so it's going to be a lovely day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, what a difference a day makes. 2 days of being 90 plus degrees. It is now 60 and cloudy. Back to chilly weather. I'm fine with it. I like chilly weather. Anyway, got a few items on the checklist before this thing can go in the box for at least this week. And working on at least a couple of new items as well. First, I'm going to fix the hood, because I'm tired of my buddies sending me memes of things flapping, and I'm tired of looking at it as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that piece of angle that got blown over in the wind when I opened the door, and I'm going to cut a strip, and I'm going to rivet it to the back edge of the hood so that it makes it a little bit more rigid. I also got a new rear end housing from good buddy Pete Pollard at B&H Racing Chassis. By the way, look them up on Facebook. If you're in the Connecticut area and you need some fabrication, race car, whatever work done, they do really killer work. He's like, hey, I got a rear end housing for you. Come grab it. And I said, what can I give you for it? And he said, nothing, take it. And that's really awesome. I pride myself in being surrounded by really good people, and Pete's one of them, and his boy, Ben. They're really good people, genuinely. So I'm going to take the guts out of the old rear end, and I'm going to swap it into this one. I'm pretty sure I got some bearing races and stuff for it. If you can tell, it's got weld marks around the axles. You can see the goop around that axle over there. I mean, when Zach measured it, it was just not good. And we put a virgin housing, just like that one, that had never been in a race car before, just street car stuff, into this car, and it's just fine by whatever it measured out to. Apparently it's perfect. So all right, I got to get this thing on scales one final time. I got to fix that hood, and then once we're done with that, I'll probably wipe her down a little bit, finish loading the trailer up, and I think I'll get to, you know what, I'll probably start work on that thing. I don't know if you guys will see that or not, but hey, I got to get something done here. All loaded up, and this time with some new invention called working suspension. I've got the old rear end here. I got the new housing that I just got. I'm picking up 2 more housings just for inventory purposes, and I think I'm gonna start swapping stuff over because I'm sitting here looking at this one, and I can look down it and it just doesn't look right. This one I look down it and It looks factory. I don't know. I'm going to have to set them at the same angle. But I don't know what the deal is. This one I know we've raced for a long time. Like I said, you could see the end here is all welded on both sides. It was leaking out the weld, so I stuck RTV on it, and even that's not holding. I mean, it stopped the leak for the most part, but it's still not good. So I think this housing is probably just done. It's got a lot of miles on it, so I think we'll just cut off everything we can use and just put it on a nice new virgin housing. I think that'll wait for another day though, because I don't have axle bearings or seals. And if I had those, I'd probably start swapping this thing over, but I don't know. I don't have them. I don't feel like going out to get them. I don't feel like smashing the old ones out and trying to reuse them, because that's probably a really bad idea. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up for the night. The only thing I'm really worried about is that new rear end. I'm confident in my abilities because, to be fair, this rear end was brand new itself with all basically the same parts at the end of last year, and we won with it. We won our second race of the year with it, so it's just nerve-wracking. When you build everything yourself, everything's nerve-wracking. If I had a little extra help, because it's really heavy, I would have loaded up the 9-inch rear, because I want something just in case. Just in case something happens, you never know. I should bring it with us anyway. I want to shrink wrap it and stick it in the bed of the truck and just strap it down. So, whatever, we'll figure it out, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Back in Stafford, ready to go again. A lot cooler out than the rest of this week has been, and pretty hazy. I didn't expect it. I thought we were going to be a little bit sunny. That's fine. I like having to race without having to wear these. That's kind of ideal. Oh, there's a bunch of cones up for tomorrow's event. I think the Tour of Destruction's coming here tomorrow, so thankfully it's tomorrow and not like yesterday. So there's not enough, there's not a whole bunch of debris or nothing hanging around, because you know that stuff doesn't quite get cleaned up all the way. It doesn't matter where you are. Practice and heat race report. Practice was okay. Seems like whatever was wrong with the car is a little bit better, but we started making a few adjustments and it's really starting to come around now. So I'm really kind of hoping, fingers crossed, that whatever was wrong is fixed, because it's starting to feel like the old car again. Heat race, we kind of took it easy. Didn't need to go very hard because we have a handicap system where we do not have to finish a specific position. As long as we finish in the top 6, we're usually pretty good and we can start in a high qualified position. And that's what we did. We're gonna roll off 4th for the feature, and hope all these changes did something good.
Fourth starter, car number 81 from Griswold, Connecticut, the Northeast truck and off-road car for Brent Gleason.
Universal Drive Shaft brings us car number 32. in position to car number 29. Gleason is still the leader.
Mankler's getting shuffled back while running the bottom. Everybody's going by him on the outside. Warren is through. Colton Gamble.
things wrong with the car that we've been chasing all year long. And it was definitely not 100%, but we were good enough to stay out front and kind of block. But coming off of turn 4, it got tight for no good reason, and I don't know what happened there. But I managed to come back after him, but by then the damage was already done, so it is what it is. But we got a good notebook after today, so that's a good thing to take away. But I gotta say thanks to Northeast Trucking Off-Road, MLZ Fabrication, Button Boss, Frank Jr., my brother Jesse, my wife and son came today. That's pretty great. I wish I'd won it for them, but damn tight condition got me. Associate sponsors, I forgot who they are. Let's see, Drive Shaft Shop, Sunoco Race Fuel, Universal Drive Shaft.
Try again.
Red Auto Machine, Napa Auto Parts. Everybody came out here tonight. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. Thank you very much. Little disappointed, but he's gaining on it. Frank Gleason, second
Let's go
place.
say hi.
All right, guys, it's the next day, Saturday. Boy, if I could be honest, I am pissed off over that result because, frankly, we should have won. No problem. Well, not no problem. That's a very simplistic way of putting it. Given our equipment, my talent, the situation we were in, we should have won based solely on those three things alone. However, through no fault of my competitors, the track staff, the officiating, or even myself, we didn't. And we figured out why. Okay, picture this. I'm coming out of turn 3 and 4, and all I did was get my left side tires onto the white line. Unfortunately, there was a whole lot of rubber buildup on those lines for whatever reason. I mean, yeah, they tend to do it anyway, but if you look at the video when we're restarting, you can see the white lines, but there's breaking parts of white in it where the rubber has kind of taken it and pulled off of the line, right? So you'll see spots of white in an otherwise rubber-coated restart box. However, when I got my tires down there, apparently my left front picked up a whole bunch of that rubber instead of rolling over it, and my car went straight up the racetrack like it had a flat tire. I thought I had a flat tire. I thought I lost a front tire. That allowed the car, the 49 car I think, was behind me, and it allowed him to get to my bottom, and going through 1 and 2 with him underneath, the car felt exactly the same. I was then convinced I had a flat tire, but I was going to take it another lap anyway, and then it magically cleared up, wouldn't you know? And then we tried to chase him back down, but by then we'd already lost the lead. The damage was already done, and I couldn't catch up. Simple as that. So we lost a race because I picked up rubber off the track that shouldn't have been there. But that's racing. I mean, it's not because the track didn't pick it up. It's just because it was stuck to something, and for the first time in my life, my car peeled it back off. Unbelievable. However, we did learn a lot. And we have great notes from that day, and all the work that MLZ Fabrication did to help fix the back end of my car worked. And I have to get that thing back out of the box. I haven't even taken it out. I've already been to work and back today, but I've decided to do something else. You see, in these two boxes sitting right here next to me is something I should have done to this garage a long time ago. Now, as I take my rusty Sawzall blade to try to cut this box open, you all probably know what I'm talking about if you've been around for a long time, including even not only this past week, but maybe the week before. It's probably this past week, right, when we had 90-degree weather? Well, this is what I have. Spray foam insulation. I bought 24 cans of this stuff for about $400. And since the garage is empty and we're inside the temperature window for application, pretty sure, yep, we're about right in the middle, I'm thinking, let's turn the oven off. I do have a lot to do, like I'd mentioned. I do have to get this video edited because today is when I start editing them. But I also have to get the car back in here because I have that brand new rear axle in it. I have to inspect that. We have a lot of changes to make the car work properly, because the changes that we made the car didn't really like it, but then we started adding other stuff to it, which it really liked, but it kind of hurt the frame height. So we have to fix that. But I have a whole bunch of work. I got to tear the whole car down, but the garage is empty. The foam is here. I might as well just get to work. I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at it here. It looks pretty clean. I might take a leaf blower and just blow it out and take all the stuff down that I need to and hop on a step stool, suit up, and start spraying. Probably take me, you know what? I always underestimate things. Let's say 2 hours. And if that brings me to 2 hours, then we might have it done. And I'd have plenty of time to unload and get the stuff edited. So let's get to work and see what happens. I also did a bit of shopping. We've got more rear end housings. This is my old one, actually. We don't want to race this one. We're actually taking that one apart, but I didn't have a spare, and I had a new rear in the car, so I said, you know what, I'll probably just bring it with me just in case. And, well, I got 2 more housings there, and the one that Pete gave me, so we're in pretty good shape. And I got my Ford 9-inch sitting way over there, just kind of being brand new and working perfectly with a win on it. So anyway, all right. So at least I got plenty of inventory. I've got transmissions galore. I've got rear ends. Now, hopefully, I won't roast to death in the summer. I know I should do the walls too, but for now, if I can just get the sun to stop radiating heat that's 120 plus degrees into the garage, that would really help, because on the other side of the roof is nothing more than just rolled roofing, and it's just asphalt on my roof, essentially. So, well, let's crane our necks upwards and start spraying. Yeah. Ow. That's not supposed to go there. Hi, my name's Brent. And coveralls do not cover all. I should have known better than to trust, I don't know, some foreign company on the size of human beings. But this child-sized set of coveralls would probably fit one of those types of people. But as an American who is 6'2", 235 pounds, there's a lot of bits that really kind of hurt. Does anybody have a knife? Hey, I can get out of this thing now. You might want to cut for this, because it's not going to be pretty. That was the worst job I've ever done. I hated it every minute. So, also, if I was going to recommend this stuff to you guys, you've probably seen it on Facebook ads or whatever. Yeah, don't buy it. And if you do, I hope you like wasting your time. I don't know. It didn't stick to a lot of places. Like, look, there's gaps. It's almost like it dissolved in certain spots. Like it came together and just like did not adhere very well. Like, look at all the holes and stuff. I mean, I got like 8 cans left. I'll probably have enough room. I don't know. We'll figure it out. As I am festively flocked, apparently, if I was also going to give a word of advice, make sure you buy painters like tarps or whatever the drop cloths. Yeah, those things. I don't know. I can't spell or think of words right now, because I used the stuff to clean the gun, this stuff that they give you, It's nothing more than a spray paint can full of fingernail polish remover. It is potent. So I would probably say go get the right size coveralls, you know, the ones that didn't fit me that I put over the TV. Go get those. And I would say get drop cloths, because that would really help, because then you wouldn't have to empty your garage out. I was literally just moving an old sheet over top of whatever I was working on, but these glasses are completely screwed. So I think I'll just kind of miss. All right, I'm done for the day. I need to let this place air out. I need to let the foam kind of... Oh my God, it's terrible. I mean, look at this crap. It's thick here, but thin there. Wonderful. All right, so at least I got a few cans I can hopefully go back and touch it up. But either way, guys, at least on the racetrack, things seem to be turning around the right way. And we're actually making some kind of progress. So we're going to keep working on that as soon as I can get the car in here. I'm hoping tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, I'll come out here early and touch up the little spots that kind of receded. And we'll pick up and put the car in here, because it has to go in the air and it has to get finished, because there's a lot to go through. I've got the front end I got to fix. I have to pull the rear diff cover off of that brand new rear that I just put together and make sure that it's okay. I'm going to inspect the U-joint. I felt some kind of weird vibration when we were out there. I don't know what that was. I want to make sure that everything that I put together is okay. So we have a lot of work to do, and I have to get all of this entire mess kind of cleaned back up too. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Please consider subscribing if you have not yet already, and tell your friends or people you may know who may like this sort of thing. Oh God, my wife's gonna kill me. Anyway, I gotta say this really quick. If you have ever donated to my race team or sponsored me or given me any money, please, I need you to, and if you've done it recently, I need you to at least tell me what you want me to put on the car. I've had a few people do that. You can send me an email to my podcast email is probably perfect. It's makinglapspodcast@gmail.com. I'll have that at the bottom here. Send me at least what you want to put on the car. I've got stickers I can make up. I can do that. So just do that for me, please, if you're one of those people. Also, go to the merch store, GleasonBrosRacing.com. Get yourself some t-shirts. You can tell how busy I am. I just got home from work and I just ran out here and spent hours doing this. I haven't even walked inside other than to change and put stuff. Oh God, I got stuff all over my welder. That was dumb. Anyway, all right. So you can go there, get some t-shirts, race team stuff, stickers, hats, you name it. It's over there. It's all affordably priced. So until next week, guys, I greatly appreciate every single one of you. And hopefully I haven't lost enough brain cells to remember what I'm doing. So see you then.